Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe.
Boom, we back in the building, listen, we are back in a major way because yes, we know that you're upset. I know you're upset by who I have sitting next to me. I told you God is good. I told you every time I come over, I tell you God is good, man. If you say your prayers at night, you will have people like this sitting next to you every single day. Okay?
Cool.
All right, listen. We're here, man, back for another impactful episode of what? The Community Vibes, man. And we are so blessed, so honored, okay, to have Dr. April Scott in the building. Yes. Before we get to this queen, let's pay two bills, okay? Number one, if you woke up this morning and God started you on your way, give him all the praise. Give him all the praise, give him the honor, give him the glory, okay? Listen, man, talk to him as much as possible, okay? Because he is the reason for the season, all right? Now, number two, if you hear the music playing in the background, right? You hear my boy Jerry Levert back there singing, then you know where we at. We at the Groove, okay? We at the Groove Smoothie and Juice Bar, located on 7510 Gunners Ferry Road. Come out and support, all right? Black-owned businesses, and you can stay healthy at the same time, okay? It's a win-win for you. Don't hate, congratulate, okay? Now, back to the queen at hand, okay? We have the queen in the business. Stand on your feet, y'all. Everybody get up and stand up, all right? And give this queen a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming on the show. It's such a huge honor and a pleasure because we're going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Everybody knows that I am a huge advocate for mental health. You know, I got my master's degree was in rehabilitation counseling. You know, I worked for mental health, you know, for a long time. I worked in Washington, D.C., you know, for, you know, mental health, you know, Charlotte, North Carolina, California. So I'm huge about this, but she knows more than me. She's smarter than me. She's way smarter than me. So I won't even try to even, she's probably forgotten more than I even knew, okay? All right, so now before we get into her greatness, let's find out where all this started.
Yes.
Because people, you know, my Colombian, she snuck in the back door. She ain't from around here.
I'm not.
Huh? We gotta check her passport, we gotta check her ID, check her ID at the door. Doc, where you from?
I am from Birmingham, Alabama, born and raised. I'm a Bama girl.
Bama girl, roll tide.
No. War Eagle. No, I'm a graduate of Auburn University as well.
Roll tide.
No, that student loan payment says Auburn University.
Auburn University, man. War Eagle. Woo.
Yes, War Eagle.
War Eagles, all right, War Eagles. Now, but you went to a historical black college called what?
Tuskegee University, the pride of the swift growing South in the historic Tuskegee, Alabama. I applied to Tuskegee at the suggestion of a family friend because at the time I had only applied to mostly predominantly white institutions with the exception of Howard and Spelman. And I had an assistant principal who I loved this assistant principal, white guy. He said, you know, you will have more opportunity if you go to a school like Alabama versus HBCU. And at the time, this was somebody I respected. I believed him.
He's a hater.
Then my dad's best friend's wife called me one day because she was like, tell me where you're applying. And I ran out a list. She said, you need to apply to some HBCUs because if you go to those other schools.
That's a smart woman.
That's
a smart woman.
You're going to be nothing but a number if you go there.
Exactly.
You go to a HBCU, you're going to be loved on, you're going to have your spirit cultivated. So you can go to other schools later for grad school. She's like, that's what I did. And so I said, okay. And so I applied to 3 more HBCUs. So I applied to Alabama State, Talladega, and Tuskegee. Tuskegee gave me the best package. And when I went for visitation day, I was sold. I said, okay. So that's how I got to Tuskegee. Best experience of my life.
HBCU,
Golden
man.
Tigers.
Nothing like it. It's nothing like it.
Home of Booker T, George Washington
Booker
Carver. Yes.
Keenan
Ivory Wayne,
man. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Man. HBCUs, man, stand up, man. I'm telling you, nothing but greatness comes from historical black colleges.
Absolutely.
Man. Okay, I'm telling you that because she's here and I'm here. We both came from historical black college. Now she's smarter than me.
Oh my God.
But you know,
Not
but
at
I'm
all.
all right.
Not at all.
But listen,
Not
here's
at all.
why. She's the reason why we're here, because I'm telling you, today we're going to talk about mental health. Now, why is mental health so important to you?
Mental health is integral to survival. To me, is just as, if not more important than physical health, because all of it works together. So when you think of your body kind of like a car, every wheel is a different part. So one wheel is your spiritual, one wheel is your physical, one wheel is your mental and emotional, other wheel may be like your financial. If one of those wheels go flat, the car is not driving right.
That's true.
So unfortunately, what happens with mental health is we just put a donut on it. We don't really focus on it. We kind of ignore it. We put Band-Aids on it. We focus only on one part.
Yeah.
So mental health is super important because it's in us. It's a state of being.
Right.
And I think the more that we start paying attention to it and cultivating a more healthier mental health, it's going to translate into so many areas of our lives.
Wow. So, you know, you went to the Auburn Tigers. Okay.
For grad school, yes.
For grad school. When you completed there, where did you go?
So after grad school, that's actually how I got here. So anytime, if you're any doctoral program in psychology, you have to do a 1-year internship. And so it's a super competitive process. And so USC was one of the schools that I applied to.
Go Gamecock.
Funny story about the year. I came to USC as an intern 2015 and 2016. Now, I don't know if you remember the climate of 2015, 2016. When I came here to visit the campus just to get a feel for it, because I hadn't decided. Drove by the State House and there were protests everywhere.
It's little, it was
Confederate
tough.
flag was still up.
Yeah, it was tough.
Flag was still up. So I was like,
It was tough.
okay. Then when I moved in, I think there was a rally, white supremacist rally the day I moved in.
You came on the wrong
And in
day.
between that, the stuff happened, the massacre happened in Charleston. And then when I moved here, 3 months later, we had the flood.
You probably had to rethink your whole life.
I was like,
at this point.
God, did I hear wrong?
Yes.
I thought I.
But God knows best.
He does. Because
God
I
knows
was like, maybe it's time for me to go.
It might be time to go,
You just
but
took the
God
flood.
said, no, I want you to stay, be
Once
obedient.
that flood came, I said, okay.
Be obedient.
This might be the sign.
Be
But
obedient.
You're right. I remain obedient. I'm still
There you
here.
go. There you go. And now you're at USC.
Yes.
Doing phenomenal things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of that.
Yeah.
Because you hold a number of titles. I'm talking about. She's everything but the president there.
Don't want that.
We're actually talking about her. You know, she might coach the football team.
You know what?
We talked about it. We talked about it.
I could. I got some plays.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been watching the program.
We're not going to talk about those plays on air because we don't want the enemy to know.
You're right.
With what we got going on, okay? but in regards to mental health, that is some important information that we will share. And when it comes to mental health, working when you're on a college campus, there's so much going on a college campus. That's like just the melting pot for mental health.
Yes.
Because you're going through so much.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So talk about that, man, working for USC.
Yeah. So I love working with college students because, like you said, it's such an important period of time. It's a pivotal part of your development as a human. Like you're growing, you're finally leaving your parents' house, you're starting to grow into who you are as a person. You're figuring out what your values are, what's important to you, and it's also very scary because you are leaving so many things behind.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
And what often happens is college is a place where a lot of things are happening. So like I said, developmentally things are going on. Also, with certain mental illnesses, that college age is around the time we started seeing what we call first episodes.
Okay.
So like with schizophrenia, sometimes that's the first time that a person may have their first bout of psychosis. But on a more moderate end, I just love being able to help students kind of find their way and start planting the seeds of not just mental health, but their own faith in themselves, helping them building their identity. Because if they can get that, I tell them all the time, if you can get this at 19, 20, 22, you're gonna be unstoppable. It took me a long time.
Unstoppable.
You know, so to get this mindset in their their early 20s.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you this right here, because when I was in college, you could not tell me that something was wrong with me.
Still.
There's
Same with a lot of people now.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay, leave me alone. I think I'm a weirdo or something like that. There's nothing wrong with me. Leave me alone. Don't tell nobody that I talked to you. You see what I'm saying? Why is that stigma so negative when it comes to mental health?
So a lot of it has to do, particularly in the Black culture, we have not been treated the best by the medical industry historically. Gotcha. So there's already a lot of distrust there for good reason, for very good reason. Think about the Tuskegee syphilis study and just other ways that we have not just been treated well. So there's already a level of distrust. Also, historically, we don't talk about feelings a lot. For men is man up.
Yeah, because
man up.
There you go.
Be a man.
Suck it up.
From a little boy, stop crying. Crying is for girls.
You want to give me something else to cry about?
Suck it up. So you get this mentality very early on that you don't talk about your feelings, or that feelings are negative. Or even attitudes like what happens in this house stays in this house. So we're already planting these seeds of secrecy, and that you don't talk about stuff that may be embarrassing.
That's true.
And then on the flip side, the feeling that asking for help is a sign of weakness. We're told that being strong is doing it on your own.
That's paramount to so many men's growth right there.
Oh yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Just being able to let your guard down and let your feelings go. And just letting somebody know, yo, bro, I need help. You know what I'm saying? Or sister, listen. I need help. I can't do this on my own.
Nor should you.
Nor should you. Nor should you. But do you run up against that so often, because you also work with veterans, sometimes because, and when I was working with veterans, I often ran into that roadblock because there's a stigma that they're being taught not to have issues, not to talk about their issues because they may not be able to get a promotion or something like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So do you run across that a lot?
So I haven't worked with veterans in several years, but in the past when I did, they were already disconnected from service. I mean, they were discharged. But that was a lot of the barrier is just getting past the attitude of something is wrong with me. So what I did is I would make therapy conversational. So yes, you came in for this issue, but let's just have a conversation. And setting that tone of trust is important, and even acknowledging that I get it. You don't know me. I've never served, so you're probably looking at me like, what do you? So I just name it and just put it out there. So it's out there on the table. We can pick it up if we want to. But what I found is once people feel that they can trust you and that you really care, the guard comes down. So I had more positive experience, and the consistency piece. I've had more positive experiences than negative as far as that barrier with veterans particularly. But I think a lot of it has to do with just setting the tone very early on.
That's awesome. Tyler, let's get back to USC. Now, I when I was in college, I thought that I had some anxiety issues because when I would get called to stand in front of the class to do my PowerPoint presentation, or when I was just you try so hard to, let's say, fit in, and you want to be liked. You're trying to kind of reestablish your identity or find your identity, and let's say nowadays you have social media that plays a huge part in your identity, right? How much do you find that social media has played a huge part within these young people's, let's say, mental issues, like depression?
So a lot of ways it's made it worse. So social media, specifically the invention of the smartphone, has completely shifted the generation. Like when you start looking at statistics around the age that kids are getting their first job, or going out on dates. I mean, one good thing is first time, like teen pregnancy has gone down. But what's happened is they're not getting out. So even getting driver's licenses at older ages, because what do I need to go out for? Like I can just pick up the phone and talk to everyone. So there's such a reliance on social media. But what we found is, although this is the most connected generation, they're the loneliest.
They're the loneliest.
So they know how to communicate here, but when it comes to those deeper relationships and cultivating those deeper relationships, there's a lot of struggle, anxiety around speaking to people in person. And then the comparison piece. So you mentioned social media. So what happens with social media is we see people's end result, right? That selfie you saw,
you don't see the
struggle. You didn't see the 45 other pictures I took.
I'm telling you, hey, she look good right now. But boy, when she walked in the door, y'all ain't see the struggle.
You didn't see the ash.
She panicked. She, oh my God, we gonna be on camera.
He got real lights. I didn't know.
She ran
I
to the
ready.
back
I
and
said,
got it together.
Get together.
Now, in my opinion, but see, that's the thing, because see, my opinion, she was already together when she walked in the door. But it's all about how you feel about yourself.
You're right.
Because I'm telling you, the moment she seen lights, she's like, oh my God, we got the one. So me and my guy, we in here like, yo, you good? What you talking about? You bugging, you tripping. But she was like, no. So it's all about how you feel about yourself. Because that right there, man, you have so many kids walking around these campuses right now. They look beautiful, handsome, manly people, you know, look good. Like, we're looking at them like, yo, you should feel good about yourself. But it's all about you. Man, let me tell you something. You will be surprised how many kids, man, men and women walking around college campuses right now super depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not happy within. They're not happy with themselves.
Absolutely.
And that's why you need this young lady in your corner. I'm telling you. Because she will make sure that your mental psyche is together.
We're going to get you right.
Because the pieces of the puzzles is...
Yeah, we're going to start with that self-talk. That's where we start. What do you tell yourself?
There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Let me tell you something. I wish I had this young lady when I was in college, because my self-help, you know, I ain't going to lie. Me and my friends, man, you know, my friends were, let's say, my therapy. Because we always just talk and laugh and joke. But I always felt that there was something missing, because we all bring something to college with us that's been a burden. You know, man, we're trying to carry that. Whatever disability you may have had, life issues where you come from, your dad may not have been in your life, or whatever. You may have you may have experienced something growing up that's, you know, currently haunting you, whatever. And it's important for you to talk about those issues with someone who's non-biased. You know what I mean?
And your secrets are safe.
I
think that's this beautiful thing. So I'm doing this workshop called How to Get to Happy with a group of women. And I was talking about confidentiality and what that means. And someone said, so if I told you I committed a crime yesterday, you can tell? I said, no. Like, that's...
I gotta ask you something real quick.
Okay.
How do you not tell nobody? Do you like look at, not to cut you off?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
But when you're you know, having those counsel sections. And they're telling you that their deepest secrets. How do you not judge?
So I won't say the idea of not judging, I don't think it's realistic. I think it's what you do with that judgment. So if I have a judgmental thought comes up, that's on me. So I make sure that I don't put I check myself.
I got you.
But also I've been doing it long enough where I use those thoughts don't come up unless it's something that's personal to me. And so part of it is I know what populations I can't work with, because there may be some populations I might not be able to put my own stuff aside and be the best. So you got to know that, because if not, you can harm
When did you realize that was going to be key?
Oh, very early. So at Tuskegee, one of my social work instructors, first day of class, she asked, second day. First day of class, she told us to tell the class something we'd never told anybody else. First day. Second day was, and it was heavy.
Not doing that.
It got heavy. Second day was, what population can you not work with? And she said, you need to know that and why. And sometimes you don't know until you're working with that group. So, funny story, I wanted to work with teenage at-risk girls, or teenage girls with behavioral issues, or just with, you know, with it coming from different circumstances. Till I got a job at a psychiatric hospital working with teenage girls. And I said, I can't do it. I can volunteer.
This ain't what I signed up for.
I can't work with teen girls connected to a check. Now volunteer, we could do it.
But I can leave when I want.
I need to be able to I need to know I can't get fired.
Thank y'all so much.
So that was a population. I was like, okay, I got to work with teen girls in a capacity where I can
know yourself.
Yeah, that I can navigate it. But yeah, so I didn't know that until I actually did it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not saying that you should put limitations on yourself.
No.
But just know
you need to know your boundaries.
Your boundaries.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
that's so important. Because I knew that I just didn't want to work around people that stank.
Wait, aren't you into sports?
Yeah, at a young age, yo. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I knew this.
Wait, isn't that all?
So I want to work in clean environments.
Oh, okay, I get
clean
you.
environments. I like to be in
important.
clean environments, and stuff like that. But
that's important.
It's not about me, it's about her. So,
yeah.
Now you also have a podcast.
I do.
Let's talk about that podcast.
Yes. So I have a podcast. I'm 1/3 of the podcast host of Three Psychs and a Mic. So it's three psychologists.
That's scary, yo.
3 psychologists, black women.
That's scary.
3
black women psychiatrists.
Yeah.
Yo, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
I don't work off the clock.
Ooh.
So we have a podcast. So it's myself, Dr. Shari Day, Dr. Erica James, who we all met through USC. We were all interns at USC's counseling center.
Connections.
They were coming out when I was going in.
Okay.
So we started this podcast because we wanted to have conversations around mental health in a relatable way, because I think sometimes it could be very a little scary sometimes, and people often don't know what questions to ask or who to go to.
Right.
So our very first episode is called Black People Don't Do Therapy.
They don't.
So we talked about the why, what to do if you are a black person considering therapy, what questions to ask. We've talked about things like suicide, situationships.
It's huge.
Everything and we connected all back to mental health because we wanted it to be a relatable conversation and not something that people feel like you got to have a degree to understand. But because mental health,
layman's term.
Because this is stuff we all deal with, and also everybody doesn't necessarily have access to therapy. So how do we get to those people who may not be able to get to a therapist or get to a group or get to these books?
Right.
They can pick up a phone and a podcast, listen to the podcast.
Hey, I'm telling you something right now. 3 phenomenal women.
Yeah.
Y'all better listen. Let's just find out right now. Where can they find that at?
So we are on wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. We are also on Instagram under the same name, 3 Psychs, number 3, Psychs and a Mic. Also on Facebook, 3 Psychs and a Mic. And we love to hear from listeners. We take a lot of questions when people have show ideas. Well, can you talk about this? It will pop up on the show. You can find us on wherever you like to listen to music and podcasts.
I told y'all you was in for a treat. Mental healthers. Mental healthers.
Yes.
Make sure that you tune in to this podcast. I'm telling you, because this podcast will lead you to her podcast. Which will be a treat.
Yes.
I'm telling you, huge treat.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know what this means? This means I ain't telling you nothing.
Come on.
That's a closed out pose. You see that body language.
You see how she breaking me down? You see how she breaking me down? You know what I'm saying, Zay? You see how she breaking me down, bro?
Just see how his body language shifted. I didn't even say it was a bad question.
But that's the hood way. You know what I'm saying? Where we from, you got a question. But you want to know. You just got to put that thing right there. Let them know. Let them know from jump you might not get what you want. You know what I mean?
That's deep.
So go ahead, talk to me.
Okay. So I'm a big proponent of self-care, taking care of yourself. So my question to you, as a person big into the community, because oftentimes people who are heavily involved in community work, they pay the least amount of attention to themselves. Right? Yeah. So my question to you is, how have you poured back into yourself?
Exercising.
Okay.
Exercise.
You answered that real quick, like you knew what I was about to say.
Because I was going to ask you that.
Oh, okay. All right.
She stole my question. Yes, she did. She stole it. I'm telling you. That's what people from Alabama do. They steal.
Whoa. We don't steal.
Tigers. All right. But now, I've been a huge advocate of working out, man.
Okay.
My health, that's my wealth.
It is.
You know what I mean? And my parents had high blood pressure growing up and all that stuff like that. But I just like, that's not gonna be me. But I played sports growing up, and that was always just my therapy.
Okay.
Man, there be days when I'm lifting weights crying.
Yeah.
Because I'm just getting it out.
Getting it out. Yeah.
Man, they got my nose in there. I can't take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was just my way of releasing, and staying in shape. My mind was always clear. My body was always healed. And then my presence felt better.
Yeah.
When I just the way I looked, my clothes and my walk.
Yeah.
My health.
Confidence.
Hey, you try me if you want. You know what I'm saying? But it felt good because it felt like you was training yourself for a better life.
Yes.
And I think, me working in mental health, me helping young men, me mentoring young men, me helping the homeless, me speaking, stuff like that, man. Sometimes you can get lost in trying to help so many people that you kind of you forget yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I treat myself often. I would go to the movies by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot. Pre-pandemic, but I go on walks right now.
Okay.
I go on like long walks, like 4-5 mile walks. I listen to music. I light candles. So my house is full of candles. But I listen to a lot of old school music. But I work out. But laughter is key to me. Positive vibes is key. So I surround myself around positive people all the time.
Okay.
The moment I sense some negativity within you, you're gone.
Okay.
You're gone.
Okay.
You're gone.
That's good.
That's just what I like to do because I feel that you have to protect your space.
Yes.
At all
okay,
times.
that's good. You got a plan. You got a plan. That's important.
And I eat pizza.
Pizza's good.
I eat pizza and chicken
Pizza's
wings.
Good.
And that serves me. Now for you.
Yes.
Since you asked me, she got me, y'all. She got me spilling the beans.
Switch
It ain't even about me. You weren't supposed to know that about me, okay? So if you see me walking through your neighborhood, give me a piece of chicken, okay? Come outside with a piece of chicken, and I love you forever.
And a kettlebell.
And a kettlebell. With a Corona.
There you go.
All right, with a Corona. But how about you? Because what like my mentor, Dr. Statton, Dr. David Statton, used to always say to me, "What happens when the help needs help?"
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you?
So I don't see her anymore, but I had a therapist. So I'm a firm believer that all therapists should have therapists. So I have no problem with calling up my therapist if things get too bad. But I work out. I don't think I would consider workout as my
but you go hard though.
I don't. It's not fun.
No, I mean it's not fun.
It's not enjoyable.
But I see you struggle every now and then. I see you struggle. But there's beauty in struggle though.
It is. I mean, I enjoy the outcome because I recently was able to squat 100 pounds. I couldn't do that a year ago. So we getting there. We getting a little bit. But it is, it is nice treating your body well.
Yes, it is. It is.
I believe in sleep. I am not a proponent of the whole you sleep when you're dead because
I struggle with sleep.
I will cut off the phone and go to bed.
What's your cutoff time?
10 o'clock. Usually 10.
10 o'clock?
Yeah, that's when my body is starting to wind down. So even if I'm up.
Do you have a little wine?
No.
There's no wine?
Because
Or is that just me?
If it's been a long day.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with wine.
No, nothing wrong with it. I don't really need it. Like I have no problem going to sleep.
Just
unless I'm stressed out. That's how I know. No.
I'm messing with you. Because I have narcolepsy sometimes.
Yeah, you just fall asleep anyway. No, but sleep is self-care. Like if I'm tired.
It is self-care.
Doing too much, go to sleep.
How does that help your mental health though?
What, sleep?
Sleep, yeah.
Oh man, sleep is integral to your mental health. Sometimes it's usually a sign when something is off, is it when you're sleeping. So you have different types of insomnia. You have initial insomnia. This is people who they have trouble falling asleep. Like it takes them forever to fall asleep.
Right.
Then you have middle insomnia, which they wake up in the middle of the night constantly. They can't stay asleep.
Wow.
And so those are typically signs. One, you want to rule out that there's nothing physically going on, like there's no sleep apnea or other issues or trauma going on. But a lot of times it's our sleep hygiene. So I don't have a TV in my bedroom.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's
and
crazy.
That's a.
But I hear people who have that same practice.
Yeah.
You know, I hear them say that that's how they go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
No distraction.
No, so because you want to train, our brain loves shortcuts. So what you want to do is you want to train your brain.
That in college.
It does. You want to train your brain to see your bed as sleep. So that's why, like, you shouldn't really do work in bed. When you wake up, go ahead and get up and get out. Like, try not to linger in bed, because you want your brain, every time it sees your bed, it's time to sleep. Bed, sleep.
That's how my brain is with my couch.
See, you gotta retrain your brain. You gotta retrain it.
When I see my couch, it's Law and Order.
Law and Order's nice.
ESPN and sleep.
Do you sleep throughout the night when you sleep on your couch?
No.
See, no. It's not working.
But I normally wake up to get in my bed, though.
And do you fall right back asleep?
It depends. It depends, because I worry a lot sometimes.
See, and that's where it comes. So when you're not sleeping well, you can't pay attention. It's going to affect your focus. It's going to affect even the way you move. Like, I notice anytime I'm sleep deprived, I'm clumsy. I'm bumping into stuff. I'm dropping because, like, my motor skills are off. You're irritable when you don't sleep well. Like, you could walk into a room. It's like, why are people blinking so hard? Do you need to blink so hard?
Smiling so much?
Do you have to breathe all the time?
Yes.
So you're irritable. It affects even your metabolism. Like, it affects everything. So sleep is super, super, super important.
Let me ask you a question. How has the pandemic affected people's mental psyche?
It's taken a toll on a lot of people's mental psyche. One, because the issue of a pandemic in general. So that uncertainty about the future is scary. Also, what this pandemic has done is taken away a lot of people's distractions. So now you are face to face with a lot of those things you've been running from. So because you can't run to the gym, or you can't take a trip, you can't do all of this. It's like, so whether that's your family, whether that's your spouse, your kids, like, a lot of people are realizing, like, I don't know if I really like you.
I loved it when you was gone. Now you're here. Let's get a divorce.
Grief has been another thing.
Grief, because that's what I'm currently going through. Grief. You know, I lost my mother.
Sorry to hear that.
So I've been battling. You know, there are good days and there are bad days. You know, but I realize how important my family. You know, my family has been tremendous.
Good.
My friends. Good. My community.
Good.
Has been outstanding.
Good.
But it's just those times where I'm just sitting there quiet.
You know,
that's when it hits me. But I've done a good job, man, boxing my way out that corner. Get off me, devil. You know, because my mother never liked to see me down. So I hold on to that. But I know that there are so many young men and young women who struggle with that. And you know, listen, you know, depression is real. You know, grief is real. Death is real. And when somebody leaves your life, it's very painful. But I've been taught, you know, by many friends that try to hold on to those good memories. You know what I mean? To those good memories. And that's what I've been holding on to lately. Not sure I'm not sure if that's the best practice.
There is no
but it's been
wrong practice. The only wrong practice when it comes to grief is not giving yourself permission to grieve. Giving yourself permission to experience whatever feeling that is. So if there's a day where you just feel like crying, that's okay, because grief is a loss, and it's okay to experience.
I just don't like crying in front of people. I mean, that makes sense.
A lot of people have that fear.
You know what I mean? Like, one of my biggest fears is just literally, man, breaking down in front of people.
You think people gonna run?
They're like, oh no, look at them. And like, that's just my, like, that's just
What if they say,
one of my worst fears.
Man, he cried in front of me. That means
he cried.
It's okay for me to cry.
But I cry from time to time, though.
Okay.
Like just about life.
Yeah,
you know,
but not in front of people.
Not in front of people. Okay. Let me tell you, my mother's funeral was probably the first time that I cried in front of a couple of people.
Okay.
You know, I'm normally in like my shower or when I'm running or jogging or walking or something like that. Or when I've had one too many.
That's a different type of cry.
That's a different kind of cry. Huh? Don't act like you've never been there. Yes, we're being transparent on the community vibes, man.
Well, the good thing, I'm glad you were able to get it out. Because that's the important
get it out.
Release is
I'm
super
a talker.
important.
I'm very transparent.
Good.
Anybody who knows me or who will meet you that knows me will tell you that I'm very transparent.
Good.
You know, but that's how I maintain 99% of my friendships.
Good.
Because I've had a lot of my friendships for 20 plus years. You know, because I'm transparent. You know, I'm very honest. But
that's good.
But I'm loving at the same time, and I want to see my friends and family do good. And that is by making sure you're right up here.
Yes. Mental health as well.
Mental health. I'm telling you, man. You know, I got friends who who actually lean on certain drugs. You know, to get them through. You know, I'm not saying that that's the best, the best practice, but that's something that I won't do. You know, I just want to, my goal is to fight my battles, sober. And I think that, being around positive people like yourself, and then, but more importantly, watching your social media and, grabbing hold to those tips that you give out have really been imperative to my own growth.
Thank you.
Because listen, been in mental health for going on 15 years now. Like I said, I'm not smarter than her.
Oh gosh.
Okay, but
Stop.
I can tell you that I've seen some young men with let's say bright futures kill themselves.
Oh yeah.
And young women from you name it, man. So I strongly encourage you guys to follow this young lady. Follow her. Her. You asked the question. What'd you say? You said, how can you follow? That's a good answer. Well, a good question. That's a good question.
Yes.
How can they follow you?
So I'm on Instagram, Dr. April Scott. That's a
Make sure you put the doc.
Yeah, please.
Oh, no.
You can hit me up on draprilscott.com as well. I'm also on Facebook, April, APRIL, SCOTT, and as well as 3 Psychs and a Mic. You can find me on all of those platforms.
All of those.
Yeah.
Now we this won't be the last time you see us.
Oh, good,
It's gonna be the last time you see us. Like I said, my mental health is my wealth.
Yes.
I love to read. I love to listen to positive vibes. I'm a huge Bob Marley fan. Those who know me know that. But I also love to listen to gospel music. It helps lift my spirit up. You know what I mean? So I strongly encourage you guys to find something that makes you feel good.
Yes.
That just puts you in a better mood. Okay? And don't stay wobbling around in the dirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Find a way to come out, that depression. Men, contact her.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's nothing wrong with black men asking for help.
Nothing. It's survival.
I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong.
Survive.
Stop depending on that bottle.
Yeah.
Stop depending on those pills. Stop depending on that marijuana to get you through. Okay? You can do this, but you can't do it by yourself.
Absolutely.
You need young women like this. I'm telling you, not even young women, you need queens like this right here. Okay? Because I'm telling you, man, she came through the door, halo was just shining.
I cannot.
Okay? We looking like, man, who is that? we had the whole Friday lean like, whoa. But
that's great.
The first thing she said was, oh my God, I gotta get ready.
Y'all don't see these lights. There's a whole studio set up.
So I said, you're good. Listen, so it does not matter who feels what about you.
You're right.
If you're not happy with
You're
yourself,
You're right.
go get some help.
You're
She
right.
went to the restroom.
I got my help.
Got some help.
My pep talk.
Okay.
A mirror talk.
And we're sitting here like, man, she got this. That's what somebody is saying about you right now.
Yes.
He got this.
Yes.
Okay? Listen, if you feel it right here in your heart, man, go get the help.
Absolutely.
I promise you, you can't do nothing but benefit from it.
Yes.
All right? Now,
Absolutely.
before we let this queen go, we have to ask her the magic question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got to ask the magic question. Y'all ready? Is she ready?
No.
Let's ask her. Are you ready? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Now, you eat chicken wings.
I do.
Now, there's a point in time where you try to have me eat something that I just was not with.
An acai bowl.
What was that?
Acai bowl. Have you still
What
not
is
had
that?
one? Oh my gosh.
Yo, it's
Acai.
disgusting.
Whoa. You've never had it. Okay, so you can't say it's disgusting. It's an acai bowl. Acai, it's not. I would say it's a fruit, but it's really technically it's not a fruit. It's like a berry.
Okay.
And it's sometimes called a superfruit or superfood because it's full of antioxidants. It's super dark. And when you crush it, it's like a blend, and you put other fruit and granola on top of it.
I know.
It's so good. Yeah.
I know, y'all. I know.
But remember how you felt
y'all-
about smoothies? And look
That's
at you.
true.
Look at you now. So how do you know
That's
this
true.
won't be the same thing?
That's true.
You don't know
She
until
called
you
me
try
out,
it.
y'all.
I did. See?
Women know how to do that.
That's what we listen.
Women are
Remember.
great at just, sticking that foot out there and just letting you walk smack dead in it.
Listen, you can't knock
falling
it
on
until
your
you
face.
try it. That's the rule.
Falling
you
on your face.
gotta take risks. Be adventurous.
You gotta take risks. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Yes.
When it comes to chicken wings,
Yes.
do you prefer drums or flats?
There's only one correct answer. It's flats. What? Wait a minute. You eat
Jay,
drums?
she picked flats. Though.
So do you wait?
She picked flats.
Flats are
Listen.
the best part of the wing.
Flats.
Yes.
Y'all,
True.
listen,
Chicken
y'all
is
some
chicken.
weirdos, man. Flat lovers are weirdos.
It's
man.
like it
Like,
tastes
why?
better.
But it's
juicier.
small. It's just
I don't like flat because it's less meat.
it's just
It tastes better.
less
The
meat.
drum
The
is like
drums-
drier sometimes.
the drums is Drum Nation. Okay,
No.
the drums.
You probably put sugar in your grits too.
No, I do.
Oh.
But you can dip the drum better. You can hit all the corners.
Nothing
you can
you
hit the
say
corners.
now about food. Nothing you say about food
What do you mean?
is credible.
But I don't have to do it to all grits.
You shouldn't do it to any grits.
Some because some grits low key nasty. You just don't want to tell the person that made it.
If you gotta
but some
put
grits
sugar in
low-key
your
nasty.
grits, just
Not
eat
sugar.
oatmeal. Just eat oatmeal.
Is it sugar or salt?
Salt. No. I asked you, do you put sugar in your grits?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because you said yes. Now which one?
No, I thought you meant salt.
No. Okay, you see you backtracking.
No, I thought you said salt. That's my bad.
Rewind the tape.
No, I thought you said salt. No, I thought that you said salt. My bad.
Okay, so you don't put sugar in
No, I
grits.
don't put sugar in
Okay,
grits.
good. All right,
No,
you've
that's
redeemed yourself.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Okay.
That's disgusting. But I will dabble a little
You would grab a little what?
salt.
Okay, yeah, salt and pepper, some cheese.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah,
I want
butter.
some.
Yeah.
No cheese though.
Okay.
No cheese.
All right, you don't have to have cheese. As long as you're not putting sugar.
Look.
But
Lackey.
Team flats
Seen flats?
all day.
They're garbage. Forget everything I said about it. It's all a lie. It's all a
I
lie.
refuse to believe that people out there, majority, prefer drums. I refuse.
Well, you're right because most people that come on this show are weirdos, and they picked
You
flats.
also said most people come to the show are great people.
Before they say that, before they expose themselves
Oh, no.
for the crooks that they
I
are.
think we're starting to see a
For
trend.
the crooks that they are, man. Call me if you're a drum lover, and I'll make sure that we
But
get
you know what?
covered.
It works. I like going out to eat with people who are drum lovers because that
Because
means
they
I
give
get
you
all the
all the
flats.
flats, see?
Yeah, so it works out actually. So
Doggone roll, doggone Eagles, man. Eagles and Tigers.
where you go? Still
Wanna
a
eat
tiger.
They want to eat all the good stuff.
All flats, all
right?
the time.
Alabama, man, Alabama.
I mean, you ask out. Long as it's a chicken wing, I'm good. But if I gotta pick, definitely give me the flats.
Give me-
It's easier to dip in the ranch.
Dip, baby, dip.
You get more, You can't dip, like, you want to get a little bit of ranch with a drum.
But I don't eat ranch anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to another impactful episode of the Community Vibes, man. Mental health, I'm telling you, man, it's real.
It is.
It is real. You look around the world right now, there are people killing themselves. There are people killing themselves and somebody else, okay, because of mental health. All right, so let's make sure that we take care of ourselves, take care of yourself, put God first. There's nothing wrong with asking for help because no, we cannot do this by ourselves. Everybody has somebody who helped them along the way. Nobody made it on their own. I promise you. If they say they did, they're lying. They're lying. I promise you. All right. So find yourself a therapist. I recommend, but I'm just biased. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's me. Okay.
I'll get you right.
She'll get you right. She'll get you right. But just don't eat no wings with her.
I mean, if you like drums,
don't eat no wings with her. All right.
No judgment.
No judgment, man. Your files will be classified confidential until we find out what kind of wings you eat. All right. Take care, y'all. God bless you and salute, man.
Yo, Kingdom. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. You say you want shine, come get your shine on. You say you want vibes, come get your vibe on. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. Hey, you say you want shine, we'll get your shine on. You say you want vibes, we'll get your vibe on.